Gemini, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Gemini, sun, moon, and rising sign. Now, this is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life, because this is your message. Oh boy, okay? Okay? And if you're not a Gemini and this has popped up on your feed, this is absolutely for you. The only reason it would happen is because you called it into you. You needed to hear something. It shows up at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. But hold on, because that's a very beautiful message. This is a message of love and support. It's a message of unconditional giving and caring. It's like an outpouring of affection and graciousness that's coming towards you, or that you've earned, right? Or that you're giving. Now, this is the other weird part. We have this as well, but we also have this. New beginning, new start. You have two aces on the table, new opportunity. So this is the universe having a lot of faith in you. But we also have this, which is absolutely something happening that is totally out of your control, and an ending that happens that's totally out of your control. But the ending happened because something was really harming you. The ending happened because something had to finish. And it's almost like get it out of your life. For some reason, this was lingering. The Tower shows up to stop this all because it's just got to be finished. There's too much good stuff coming in for this energy to linger. And I think this energy it's very destructive. It's almost like, a death by 1,000 cuts, that kind of energy. I don't know what was happening here, but sometimes we let ourselves stay in a painful situation for way too long. So the Tower comes and says, nope, gonna end this, gonna finish it. And this is good and done. It was a painful ending, and there's nothing else you could get out of this situation. And the universe just comes in and says, I'm taking it away. This could also be that it happened all at once. So it was very shocking that everything happened the way that it happened. But in reality, it had been hurting it could have been hurting consistently and for a long period of time. So honestly, it just has to come in and it has to purge itself. This is like a shocking ending that has come in. And look at why. Because there were things that were undermining you and stealing your attention and stealing even your intellect or your information. There were things that were happening that were adding up to something that could really harm you. Wow. And the universe comes in. It's almost like it exposes what this whole just negative, just bad, toxic energy was. It just comes in and the way that I saw it was almost like in a thriller movie or an action movie, undermining an assassination attempt. That's what it, metaphorically it would be. This sense of the universe comes in and just makes sure that all of this is exposed and put an end to, and it's called out, and it's crumbled down. And then we have this healing that comes in, or this new beginning, or this new start. It could also be this sense of thinking that you're doing something for all the right reasons, but having to be very destructive to do it. So I don't know how this is all playing out in your life, but I'm curious because this is kind of crazy. We have the World card here. That's clarification. It's a clarification that a circumstance is finding its ending. It's finding its completion. Everything is done. It's also what goes around comes around. And there's just a sense of moral balance. Like the universe is just balancing itself out to start everything over and start everything fresh. The fact that you've closed out one cycle of your life and you're beginning another is really important here. Any more descriptors? Like you're getting a new shot, new chance, new beginning. The Hanged Man, this has been happening maybe for about a year, and you were left extremely vulnerable. You kind of like were kind of stuck, kind of left in limbo, to like look out and try to learn and understand what's been going on. So this is kind of a shock, maybe even a shock to you that everything had gotten as bad as it did, and that either way, I have to say, it's like this had to end. This had to be done. It had to be over with, because it wasn't going to stop hurting if the tower hadn't happened. And it's almost like this is the thing with the tower. It seems like the tower is the bad thing. It seems like the tower, whatever the event is that brings all of this to the surface and shows everything, it seems like that's the bad thing, but that's not the bad thing. The bad thing is that this has been going on for too long, and that this has been, you know, draining you and actually harming you. And so the tower was actually the relief valve. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. It was the universe coming in to actually help you clear out all the crappiness that had been built up, and that there was just nothing to do. Like you just couldn't find a way to, it's almost like you would have kept on trying to make something work, and would have kept draining you. It would have kept somehow throwing you off balance and making you unhealthy. And so the tower comes in to expose it all, and it's like, oh, let's just get in here and make everything right again. It's kind of like water damage in a house, right? Suddenly a wall collapses and you're like, oh my God, a collapsed wall, this is terrible. But it's exposing all of this mold, and this is terrible, right? But it's not terrible, because it was an infection inside. And though it can be expensive, I hope your insurance pays for it. This is all metaphor, by the way. It had to be gutted. It had to be gutted because it had been building and undermining you for a while, right? So that now those allergies aren't going to happen. Maybe the asthma is finally going to be able to go away, you know, because this was the problem, and now there's exposure of it and a way to like scrape it out, get it all out, and make it rebuild, basically rebuild from the beginning, from the start. So this is the scenario that is being described, and I would like it to, let's get a moon card. Nothing will come of this situation. Okay, this is the moon. This is a lot. Nothing will come of the situation, but it's falling in my lap like this. A lot's going to come of this situation. In other words, whatever was happening was not benign. It was not something that was just going to be okay. It was not something that you could ignore. This had to happen, right? This was something that's very impactful and very important. And then we have, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo, and a new start is coming. Let me say this. I think this is a time frame. This is like a 2 or 3 week period. There's a full moon coming up in Virgo season, not in Virgo. It's in Pisces, huge full moon. And that's probably where the tower is going to happen, you guys. This is a huge full moon in Pisces, so there's a lot of energy and chaos that happens. But the chaos is going to reveal what wasn't right to begin with, right? And then we have a new start is coming by the end of this month, so that you have a new beginning, right? And it's beautiful. These are absolute legs up, like advancements and chances, like new beginnings coming. And it's coming with the moon phases, a sense of enough is enough. You're better than this. There's healing that has to happen. So we've got to get this out. And then you can start fresh. You can start from the ground up. It's like whatever you were building, you were trying to constantly renovate, when in reality, it needed to just be gutted and everything crumble so that you could start from the beginning. And I know that this is going to feel like, at the very least, a pain in the ass, but it's so much more. So much more. I think that that's really second guessing it. Not second guessing it. underestimating it. Like this is really something that is gonna change. It's gonna change you. It's gonna require a lot of your attention if this hasn't happened already. And I don't think for most of you that it has. This is that shocking thing that kind of susses out and tears down all of the almost like all of the facade that was hiding all of the weakness, all of the sickness. It's gonna come out. And it's culminating into this almost what is it? Like a climax moment, right? And that's where the turning point comes, because that's what has to happen in order for the turning point to come. Okay. Can I stop talking riddles? What is actually going to happen? Like, what is the Tower? So your competitors are going to clear up, or the people who were aiming against you or working against you are going to be revealed, and you're going to win out over them. So there's just this sense of, I don't want to say enemy, but it's like all the red tape. It's going to bring down all the red tape. I think the red tape was what was so sick, what was making this bad situation. But you would have not been able to do anything about it personally. This is like the universe comes in and says, I'm going to take it out because I know that this has gotten too big. That's what happens with the Tower. It's like it comes in when we've created such a mess, either in our own lives or in our communities. We've created such a mess that it's got to come in and like, nope, reset, hard reset. And that's what's happening, a hard reset. And that's what came out. It wants you to reset. It wants you to be free. It wants you to be liberated from the ties and the ropes and the red tape. And that's what it's going to do. It's going to liberate and bring air back into the room. In fact, the room is going to be totally gone. There's air all around. So we can absolutely reconstruct and rebuild the room. It's going to lift a weight off you. And from the moment that I saw these cards, as really scary as they all can be, especially together, I was like, thank God. Like, this is a relief. And that's exactly what this is meant to be. It's meant to be a relief. In what form or in what way? It's almost like making it clear again what you're really capable of. It's almost clearing the air for all the distractions that we're taking away from your real capability. All of your distractions that we're taking away from your real capability, and your talent and your skills, but also all the external distractions where people were, distracted and looking at all these other things and not seeing or understanding everything that you're really capable of or everything that you were really doing. This is a sense of maybe it's you yourself that has been tackling this distraction, whatever's been this smoke screen or whatever has been drawing people's attention away, like all these superfluous things that are messing this circumstance up. This can be just distracted by too many options. This could be distracted by instantaneous gratification instead of working hard toward the real goal. Anything that's distracting you from the real goal, or any confusion of not even being able to understand what that is. It's almost like the cards are saying, you've got in you, or whatever you're dealing with, completely started to get distracted by stupid shit and got off the mark of what it was really there for, of what it was really supposed to be paying attention to. So what this happening is going to do is force you back into that productivity and enable you to be productive again, instead of being distracted by all of this funny business that is actually just a distracting point, and it's contributing to you being undermined, or you not being able to focus, or you not or even people being, it's almost like focus and attention was intentionally intentionally being taken away from everything that you were trying to do, and that was hurting your cause. So now we can go back and we can actually get, have the clarity and see, the real hard work and what you're really capable of. Okay. Shoot. Let's get an angel message. Okay. Let's get this for, let's get an angel message and then, prosperity. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. And that's why divine intervention is here. Then we say, give it, then the angel message is, give it to God, take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. Release the situation to healing for God and answers. And then we have spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. So this is really a great purge that's happening to recalibrate. Hand this over. In other words, I need you to know, before we go to the extended, you are protected. And this is happening for your protection, not for your destruction. Let's go to the extended. I hope that you'll come with me. I'll see you there.